Guys, welcome back to episode 3, the bathroom remodels. These are the 2 bathrooms we remodeled in this house. And what looked like a straightforward project ended up taking way longer than we expected. Between inspections, permits, custom finishes, and doing basically all the work ourselves, this was not a weekend remodel. In this episode, we're walking through both bathroom remodels, starting with the master bathroom, then the downstairs bathroom, in the exact order they were done. My dad and I did this work ourselves, and while the finishes look clean and simple, the process behind them was anything but. And to be honest, my dad did 90+% of the work. I did the permitting,
I have a permit for that.
ordering of the materials, helped with some of the demo, and did some small finishing touches at the end. But I wasn't able to stay on the island for the majority of the work. I honestly felt terrible about that, but the permitting and inspection process took way longer than I had anticipated. I had planned on flying down to do a lot of the demo with my dad because I didn't want him overworking himself. Instead, it was days wasted waiting for permits and inspections. So I decided to spend some of that time painting the 2 bedrooms downstairs, installing window treatments from blinds.com in all the bedrooms, and I cleaned up some of the yard. We also might have spent a few nights fishing at the famous Blind Pass area, but we deserved it after many long days. So even though the trip turned into something completely different than I had planned, it still ended up being one I'll never forget. So this is the original master bathroom. We completely gutted it, everything except the door, which will be replaced later. The goal here was something that felt clean, durable, and right for Florida. Nothing too trendy, but not builder grade either. The biggest design choice in here is the vanity. We decided to go with a custom green cabinet color, something that feels coastal without screaming beach house. You'll see that we use the same wall tile in both bathrooms, but change the pattern in each one so they don't feel copy and paste. So one's more subway style and one's more what I just call a vertical look. Both bathrooms have a wall niche, which is one of those small things that makes a huge difference. It's a little extra work, but then now the shampoo, conditioner, razors, everything has a place. And for the floors, because these bathrooms are small, we use small tile, and then we also carried that same floor tile into the back of the wall niche to give it a more custom look. We did that in both bathrooms. In the master, the floor tile is a small circular pattern. And since this is a shower-only bathroom, we do add a Kohler glass door that actually just finished it off. That Kohler door is about $1,500, not including install. But like I said, it just really added that finishing touch. Here's what happened behind the scenes. Everything was demoed completely. All debris went into bins, carried down multiple flights of stairs, and dumped into the dumpster we rented.
Didn't we lock you in the dumpster one time?
After demo, we had to fix uneven walls, address plumbing and electrical, prep the shower walls, and of course, and wait around for days for the inspector to come. I will say after the recent hurricanes, the city was overwhelmed with everyone having to fix their houses. So I want to be clear, I'm not trying to sound like the city of Sanibel was not doing a good job, because I know they were extremely busy with all the renovations and constructions on the island. I just wanted to express that part. And sometimes inspections happened within 24 to 48 hours. Other times, it took many days.
Han Solo. I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
For the bathtub downstairs, we actually had to let water sit in it for an extended period so the inspector could confirm there were no leaks. This alone stretched the timeline far beyond what we had originally planned, and that's why I wasn't on the island for the majority of the work. Once the master bathroom was complete, we moved downstairs and repeated the process. Same wall tile, but again, a different layout pattern. And this time we kept the vanity white to keep the space lighter and a bit more traditional. The floor tile down here is is also small, but in an octagon shape instead of circular. This bathroom downstairs has a tub with a shower. We decided it was probably best for resale if one of the bathrooms had a tub.
Hey, fella, you need to take a bath.
I'm a member of a Sanibel homeowners group on Facebook, and there were some people trying to talk us out of having a tub, but I know when our kids were younger, it was a must. So tell us if you agree with that decision. Too late now to change it, but we feel pretty good about it. And then for now, downstairs, we're going to use a curtain to save money, but long term, I really would like to add another Kohler glass door. Again, it's probably going to be roughly $1,500, but I feel it'd be worth it. And then the process of what we went through for both bathrooms, it looked like this: demo everything, fix the walls, work on electrical and plumbing, wait for the inspection. Maybe do a little fishing after that. Then lay down the tile, grout, paint, add baseboards and trim, install the vanities, toilets, lighting, fans, towel bars, and the glass doors. Then wait for the final inspection again. There were plenty of challenges along the way. Permits required online forms, drawings, and eventually a half-day trip to Fort Myers to get everything finalized. We ran into floor joist locations not lining up with drains. Walls and corners had to be flattened and squared as much as possible because, as you know, tiles show everything. My dad had a tough time tiling around the window downstairs. He had to tile the ceiling. We had to build a temporary paint booth to custom paint the vanity and dealt with materials not being available when we needed them. And yes, Lowe's in Fort Myers, if you're listening, charged us for 3 Schluter shower wall niches, even though we only ordered 2. So if anyone has any connections there, let them know I'm still waiting on that refund. They claim that because I cannot prove I didn't receive the extra item, that their hands are tied. Just an odd situation because we know what we received. So that's $100 down the drain. No pun intended. Even though the bathrooms took longer than expected, they completely change how the house feels. It's amazing. They're functional, durable, and designed for a Florida home, not a showroom. Next up, we'll get into more of the structural and behind the scenes that made this renovation possible. If you're renovating a home, especially from long distance, feel free to leave questions or suggestions in the comments. If you want to follow the rest of the renovation, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.